What if you sign a lease and then find out that you can't legally run it as an Airbnb? Because honestly, we see this mistake all the time. If you're new here, I'm Lauren from LLB Property Academy. We built our serviced accommodation business alongside kids, chaos, leaks, and absolutely no sleep. And we're not here to sell you a fantasy. We're here to stop you getting boxed into contracts that you can't actually operate. Because one of the most expensive mistakes in the UK Airbnb industry is signing the lease first and Googling the rules after. The big reality is that in 2026, the rules around Airbnb in the UK aren't just one rule, it's actually 3 different layers. And if any one of them says no, you don't have a deal. 1, the don't sign anything rule. The first rule that we teach our students is simple. Don't sign anything until you legally know that you can operate. Because the moment that you sign a lease, a rent-to-rent agreement, or even a management contract, your financial obligations start immediately. Even if you later discover that you can't actually run it as a short let. Number 2, the 3 layers of UK Airbnb rules. Every deal sits inside 3 different rule systems. Layer 1 is the area rules, your local council, planning rules and enforcement. Layer 2 is the property rules, lease agreements, freeholders, building management and landlord permission. And layer 3 is national regulation, which the government is currently changing. Most people only check one of these, and that's where the problems start. Here's why in England 2026 matters. In England, the government have been moving towards a mandatory national register for short-term lets. There's also planning changes being discussed that would give councils more control over short-let properties. So if you're building a model today based on what worked in 2022 or 2023, you might be already working from an outdated assumption. The London trap, the 90-day rule. Most people have heard of this, but if you're in London, there's another big one. The 90-night rule does matter. That means renting an entire home as temporary accommodation is generally capped at 90 nights per calendar year, unless you've got specific planning permission. Platforms like Airbnb even enforce that limit automatically unless you confirm that you have permission. Scotland, licensing is mandatory. In Scotland, the approach is completely different. Short-term let licence is mandatory and councils can be extremely strict about it. So if you try to run Airbnb without going through that licensing process, you can get shut down pretty quickly. Wales is not the same as England, and Wales is moving in its own different direction too. They've been introducing licensing and registration frameworks for visitor accommodation, so you can't assume that the rules are the same as England. They often aren't. And Northern Ireland also has its own certification requirements. So again, don't assume that mainland rules apply. But honestly, most deals don't fail because of national rules. They fail because of permissions. Things like leasehold buildings that ban short-term lets, landlords who never gave written permission, mortgage lenders who don't allow serviced accommodation, insurance policies that don't cover short-term guests. And these are the things that can kill a deal instantly. Then there's obviously the boring stuff. Gas safety, electrical safety, fire alarms and escape routes. Because even if nobody asks for this on day 1, the moment there's a complaint, an inspection or a registration scheme, that's when this stuff becomes very important very quickly. Another thing people forget is the tax side. The furnished holiday lettings tax regime was abolished in April 2025. So if you're pricing deals using old tax advantages people talked about a few years ago, your numbers might not stack the way that you think they do. And if we're talking about the main thing that usually triggers enforcement, it's your neighbours. Noise complaints, parking issues, bins, late check-ins. It's the soft problems that trigger the hard rules. So here's the calm way to do it, the exact way that we check deals. Before signing anything, step 1, ask the council the right question for that specific address. Step 2, confirm permissions in writing with the landlord, lease, mortgage and building rules. step 3, confirm compliance costs and rerun your numbers. And only then do you negotiate and sign the agreement. If you're looking at getting into service accommodation or rent to rent, just remember this. A deal isn't a deal until it's legally able to operate. And honestly, one of the biggest things that we do inside our mentorship is help people spot problems before they sign contracts. Because fixing mistakes after signing is always more expensive than preventing them in the first place.